Welcome to the Farmington Zoning Board of Appeals meeting. Can we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to start off by introducing our zoning board members. Kelly Cochran, I'm Tom York. Ralph Tino is absent. And Matt Markle. We got 2 emergency evacuation places, one to your right. You guys come in, which hopefully we don't need to use. The meeting will be conducted according to the rules of procedure of the Zoning Board of Appeals adopted on January 27th, 2025. And I'd like to have a motion to approve the previous meeting minute.
Motion to approve.
By Kelly, second.
You can't second it. He wasn't here. Okay.
All right, well, we'll have to
Carry
continue that
them over until you get.
this meeting, right? Okay. We had 2 legal notices. The following notices were published in the Daily Messenger on Thursday, July 24th, 2025. ZB 2025-0601, Frederick Laudice. Oh, get this right. 6184 Fawn Meadow Street, Farmington, New York. And also ZB 2025-0602, Adrian Billis. Get that right? Yeah. 5540 Holt Road, Farmington, New York, 14425. So I'd like to open the public hearings. The first one we're going to have is ZB 2025-0601, Frederick Laudice, 6184 Fawn Meadow Street, Farmington, New York, 14425. Requesting an area variance for tax map account 29.18-3-10.000 will allow relief from the town code required Chapter 165, Schedule 1, that minimum front setback requirements are 50 feet. The applicant is proposing a front setback of 44 feet. Property is zoned R-1-15. Here to make a presentation, could you state your name and address? Sure.
I'm Melissa Ladisi, and I'm at 6184 Fawn Meadow Street.
Okay.
So basically, we have had a couple of permits issued to us this year. We have a siding permit, and we also had another permit for a very similar project that we did at the front of the house to the back of the house. And we received permits for both of those. This particular project, we hired this contractor in January for, and we tried to get a hold of him multiple times between January to probably April to find out when he was going to do our siding and when he was going to do the porch covering. I don't know about a word for it. It's just a little cover over front stuff. Yeah. So he contacted us about a week before he was coming to do the siding. So we had plenty of time then to get over here and get the permit, which we did. No issue there. But he called us one morning at 6:30 a.m. to tell us he was coming out to do the porch covering. So we had no idea. We, been chasing him to find out the date, time, all that jazz. We had no idea he was coming that day. So the first thing Frederick asked him was, are you gonna be able to get the permit? And he said, yeah, I'll get that taken care of. That no problem. So he came and we were aware of the fact we started digging, and he initially had said to me, I'm gonna have you come out in a little bit and take some pictures. They're Mennonite, so I guess they don't use cameras or phones. And I'm gonna need you to come out and take some pictures of the holes that we dig so that we can get that to the town. Well, I was working, Frederick was working, he never contacted either of us to get the holes. So when Frederick asked him, he said, yeah, you're all set with the permit. And the building was done, was it that day or
It was done, yeah, at the end of the day.
by the end of the day. So we just assumed everything was done and we were good to go, and then with it,
Caden, the next day or two.
and Caden was like, you know, we were like, what's going on with the permit? We haven't received any paperwork or anything, and Caden was like, you know, what are you talking about? What permit? So we had no idea. So that's why we're here, because we already had it built, assuming that we had the permit with the contractor we've already used once before. Here we are.
All right, staff comments?
Yeah, the canopy that this is, Ludici is talking about, complements the covering for the porch. And, I noticed that there are others in the neighborhoods with similar, canopies, which have been granted, over time. Some of them didn't need to have a variance because they, set back further. But in this instance, it's a situation that they were led to believe that everything was okay, and had they not, we have no reason to believe they wouldn't have come and gotten the permits, and then at that point found out that the holes that they dug for the support posts, which is the structure that we're talking about, it's open air, it's not gonna be enclosed.
No.
It's gonna serve as the entry way, a very nice looking entryway, by the way. And I believe there's no reason not to grant the variance. It's not a substantial variance, as you see. And it is a variance that I don't believe is going to have any adverse effect on the neighborhood or the community, as others exist in that area. So we did 2 resolutions, one for the state environmental quality review that we're obligated to do. We noted that that's a type 2 action under seeker, which means basically no impact, no further review. You're good to go from the environmental standpoint. The other one is findings for the criteria, and we have drafted some. I believe, I hope you have had a chance to see them.
Yes, we did review all the paperwork.
Okay. And the chairman will ask you if you have any questions or objections to those. I think we're ready to go on this.
Okay. Any comments from the public? Room? Is there anyone online? CN? Comment from someone online?
If there's one, it's probably us.
All right.
You're gonna comment, yes, let's go, right?
Board members' comments.
I think it's pretty clear.
Comments? All right, then. I'll close the public hearing. Move on to the next.
Thanks, we
you.
appreciate you.
We still have to continue out here. Yep. So our next public hearing is ZB 2025-0602. Adrian Bellis, 5540 Hope Road, Farmington, New York, 14425. Requesting an area variance for the tax map account 9.03-1-6.400. Will allow relief from the town code requirement, chapter 165, section 58-B. Accessory structures shall have a minimum height of 15 feet as measured from existing grade to the peak of the roof of the accessory structure. The applicant is requesting an accessory structure with a maximum height of 25 feet as measured from existing grade to the peak of the roof of the accessory structure. Property is zoned A-80 agricultural. You kind of know the rules. You state your name and.
My name's Adrian Bellis, 5540 Holtz Road. I'm born and raised right here in Farmington, so I used to live over at this end of Hook Road down by the fire hall, and Eddie O's down this end. Bought some land last year over here off of Holtz Road to build my forever home, and now So I'm looking just to put a pole barn up, and of course I'm going too tall for the variance. I do have to come back next month because it's bigger than my primary structure. They got caught after the fact of turning in my stuff, so I'll be back for that problem too. Cause I built a ranch, so if I become old and disabled, I don't have stairs. So the barn's a little bigger than my house, but I have a lot of old antique cars that I mess with, so I need space for everything. So that's why I'm just trying to get the variances so I can build a pole barn to keep all my cars in instead of keeping them everywhere else that I pay for right now. So tonight I'm only doing the height one, which is gonna be continued as far as I know by what I'm reading on everything. Because I turned everything in, then some stuff got caught late, so I missed some deadlines because of the way it got caught, but I need a site plan amendment from planning board that I'll have to go deal with, but, and then I gotta come back for the square footage, cause it's bigger than my primary structure. So it's showing the end of next month, maybe we can wrap that up or whatever, depending, so I mean, there's still some outstanding questions, but.
Mhm.
I mean, that's what I'm looking to do, and it's in the backyard, I got 2.2 acres, a little over 2.2 acres out there. My neighbors have full barns, I mean, I don't know. If we got questions, I'll answer them, but.
Okay. All set?
Mhm.
Okay, staff comments.
Yeah, as Adrian said, he's here tonight for just one aspect of the project. The others, were identified to him, after I was made aware of what we were receiving. And, we now have a, project that is subject to two agencies having to review before a building permit can be issued. Those two agencies are the zoning board of appeals and the town planning board. You've done this before, okay, with other applications, so it's not something that is new. It might be something that will be a good training exercise for our newest member over there of the zoning board of appeals, Matt, but we'll get through it. And the other thing is that because of the size of the proposed pole barn, it throws it into an unlisted category under seeker. And when it goes into an unlisted category under seeker, there has to be a involved agency that is the lead agency. And that will be determined. Normally, you guys like to have the planning board be the lead agency simply because they have more experience in looking at site plans, knowing what to look for than just the standard criteria that's in the code that the zoning board of appeals has to deal with. And I don't mean that derogatory. I'm just basically saying planning board has been given that authority by the town board to approve site plans. They've approved a site plan for this site. Now we're going to amend it. So they more than likely have familiarity with existing conditions out there, the natural features, and I believe they will ultimately become the lead agency for this application. It's going to county planning next month because of its proximity to the ag district. And that'll be something that gets dealt with, and once the county deals with it, once we deal with seeker and the determination made, then we're good to go.
Okay.
I drafted two resolutions. One, normally you have the type twos. Well, this one doesn't. And the other resolution I drafted is the findings, like we do for everyone, like we did the Laducci's. There, we weren't able to answer some of the questions, yes or no, because we don't have a complete package to deal with. So I believe we're gonna get there. It's just the timelines that the state imposes on the town to deal with things, to make sure that the county knows about it and state knows that we're not destroying the environment out here by putting up a whole barn or putting a canopy over somebody's front entrance to their house. I don't mean to oversimplify it, but
It's okay to oversimplify.
yeah,
It is.
is it?
Is it, Paula?
I have no additional comments.
Okay.
Can I add something?
Sure.
Are we, so does that mean like? Because what you were saying, like, does that mean next month there'll be a determination at the end of August, or we don't know yet for both of them or
I
not?
think the planning board has to meet to determine that they want to be lead agency. And they need to send that to this board. So this board would receive it when you meet in August. Right? At that point, depending on where we're at with county and everything else, you know, I see no reason why you couldn't agree to it. Planning board would not be able to make a determination of significance until their first meeting in September. Which would then mean you would then, after they had made their determination, you would then be able to act on it at your meeting in September.
So then there's a possibility in September, he's coming back with two resolutions for two variances, one for accessory and one for the height.
He's coming back for the second variance in August to introduce it, if I understand correctly, right?
But not,
I
he
have no
was,
idea, that's the thing, nobody can tell.
right, he,
So I thought this was, the planning board was looking at it next month. At the second meeting.
It's going to be introduced to the planning board, like everything else.
Right.
And a determination made along with a seeker classification. It's the planning board classification of the unlisted action that starts the coordinated review. Fortunately, in this instance, there's no other involved state agencies. There's no other involved county agencies. There is just this agent, this board, and the planning board. So the planning board at their first meeting in August 6th, I believe it is, will receive the application, accept the application, classify the application as unlisted, and declare their intent to be designated lead agency. Okay? Send notice thereof with the seeker documentation and the drawings of the site plan and the other variants that you haven't seen yet, but it's coming to you. You know, and it's just, once that happens, once you get that information, you can basically pass a resolution saying you do not want to be lead agency. You defer that to the planning board. They then can, at their first meeting in September, make that finding. Okay, they designate themselves lead agency, complete the criteria evaluation, make the determination of significance. Send notice to you. When he comes to you in September, seeker will have been out of the way. You can then look at the comments from the planning board. You have the right to ask the planning board for a recommendation, as you did with others, if you recall. And all that would take place in month of September. Simply because the planning board isn't able to make a determination until you agree to it. And you can't agree to it until you meet. So
So then could this possibly be pushing this out to October then?
I would think that it's gonna be something you can act on in
In the
September.
September meeting?
Yeah,
Yeah, so that's my problem.
yeah, he wants to get the,
Well, my builder's ready to go in September, October, so.
Right.
when
So
we have to really-
it does not have to go to the county?
it is going to
It
the,
is going to the county.
because of its proximity to the agricultural district.
We just didn't discuss that in the timeline, so I just curious.
That is going to happen, I believe, here in August.
So basically, bottom line is, we're going through tonight with the one, I know I have the one tonight on the agenda, and the next month, next month I'll be back for. The square footage and continuation till September, so September's meeting should be the final meeting with yes or no's on all of it.
Both of the area variances. Okay,
Can we send that to county before planning board accepts it?
yes, we've done that.
Okay.
I think it was already, I thought it was counting for August.
So then the way I'm understanding this, for the variance presented in front of us tonight, we can't really make a decision on height unless we know you have the variance for the actual accessory structure, correct?
With the size of it.
Okay,
No, now it's the stuff they threw at me. Way after the deadline.
right. Well, we wouldn't.
I
want
turned
to
myself,
provide a
I said I
variance.
needed one thing, I got the one thing, and then 2 weeks later it was you needed 10 more, so. I don't know. But yeah, I thought it was just being continued till next month. I'm just trying to figure out when
Yep.
when my approvals somewhat will be approved or not approved,
Okay,
because.
so let me just make sure you understand. September, whatever that date is, 20th,
Yep.
something. The zoning board of appeals make decisions, hopefully on both applications.
Two.
Okay,
Okay.
once they make the decisions, then the planning board at their first meeting in October can grant the final site plan amendment. Because until this board acts on the variances, the planning board can't act to grant site plan on something that hasn't been granted relief.
Well, I mean, I could still get site plan approval for a barn structure. From planning board.
I don't think that they can because they won't have had the variances granted until September.
I guess I don't understand that. Because I can still build a pole barn. So the layout, if there's a pole barn there, I mean. Down the road, if something happens and this doesn't work, I can build a pole barn that's under 15 foot, I just. Won't have all the height for my lifts and everything, so it'd be a different thing, but. So I mean, it still has to have a site plan amendment to show a barn on my site plan.
Right. And the barn that's going to be shown on your site plan is a barn of a certain size. Now, if it's in agreement with the code, 15-foot high and less than the size of the principal dwelling, you're good to go. But in this instance, that isn't what you've asked.
Good? Okay,
Anybody online or?
yeah, ask the public, are there any comments from people in the room? Online with us? All right, board members' comments?
I think we got them all. I got all my questions answered.
Yep. Okay, so. We have the two resolutions in front of us. Continuation, I'd like to have a motion. accept the seeker as presented by the town.
Yep, I'll motion to waive the reading of the seeker and approve the resolution as submitted by the.
I'll second.
That's Ron.
Just clarifying, this is for
No,
Adrian's.
that's Adrian, yes.
Okay. Well, because you're continuing this public,
Right.
you're not closing it.
Right,
You
not
have to-
closing it, so I want to.
Okay.
The resolution to go for continuing. The first one would be for the seeker. You guys have read it, everyone's read it. Right, you understand it?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, read it. Yeah, so, okay, so I motioned it to waive the reading of the seeker accepted as presented by the town staff. Elliot seconded it. So roll call vote.
Matt?
Aye.
Right, Chairman vote.
Aye.
Kelly?
Aye.
Aye.
So next would be for the resolution for continuation. So a motion separate as presented by the town staff, and just read the determinations.
Make that motion.
Motion by Calvin,
I'll second.
second by Tom. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right. The zoning board of appeals, after reviewing the above five proofs, finds that at this time, there is not enough information provided with this application and area of variance to decide whether the benefit to the applicant does outweigh any known detriment to the community or neighborhood. And therefore, the board moves to adjourn and continue this public hearing to Monday evening, August 25th, 2025 at 7 p.m. to allow for all procedural requirements of state laws and town regulations to be compiled with and for which the following procedures are to be filed with. A referral of the applications for 2 area variances and final site plan amendment to be made to the Ontario County Planning Board for its review under the provisions of section 239-1 and -M of the New York State General Municipal Law, and an application to be made to the Town Planning Board for an amendment to the final site plan on file for this property, and all requested area variances and final site plan amendment impacts are to be identified as part of an environmental review of the proposed accessory structure on this property. And the classification is to be made under seeker at the August 25th, 2025 zoning board of appeals, meaning that area variances actions involving the proposed accessory structure are to be classified in unlisted action. And once there is an application to the town planning board for amendment to the final site plan for this lot, then there will be more than one agency involved with the granting of the requested building permit, and a lead agency must be established. And there to be a coordinated review by the involved agencies as provided for under seeker, and the lead agency, once established, must make a determination of significance on the proposed action under the state's seeker regulations. And under seeker, until seeker has been satisfied, this board shall not make any decisions on requested area variances. Have a roll call vote. That's fine.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Doesn't matter.
Aye.
Oh,
Aye.
Chairman, you're up.
Aye.
Matt?
All right, we're continuing. So we're gonna move on to deliberations and decisions. ZB 2025-0601. Area variance, Frederick Lodice.
Is that how you say the last name?
Lodice, yep.
It's Lodice.
Close enough.
Lodice.
Oh, I need to know who these. Ladies. So I have a motion.
I'll make a motion to waive the reading of the seeker resolution and approve the resolution as submitted by the town staff.
I'll second.
All in favor?
I,
Roll call.
Sure.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. So next would be the waive the reading by proofs and just read the determination of the zoning board. Proof facts.
I guess I'll motion to waive the reading of the complete findings.
I'll second.
Right, all in favor?
Aye.
I,
All right. That said, the zoning board of appeals, after reviewing the above five proofs, finds that the benefit to the applicant does outweigh any known detriment to the community or neighborhood. And therefore, the requested area variance to allow an open air canopy structure over the main entrance to the single family dwelling resulting in a 44-foot front setback from Fawn Meadow Street instead of the required 50 feet is approved with the following conditions. The canopy structure shall not be enclosed. Any light fixtures to be installed as part of the canopy structure shall comply with the town's dark sky lighting regulation contained in chapter 165 of the town code. Okay, and a building permit shall be obtained by the applicant. Okay. Roll call vote.
Kim Muir,
Aye.
Matt.
Aye.
Ellie,
Aye.
Tom.
I,
All right, you have your variance.
You're good at keeping them.
You can go away.
Yes.
Well, I guess one
It's been
second.
fun,
Yes.
really, but- I don't think.
thank you guys. Not giving anybody consistent, gotta pay attention.
Go down.
I love it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night. Okay, so this is public comment in front of it. That's the public comments. Moving. Other board matters. I do have one thing, is with the you share files things. Is everyone kind of savvy with it, or do they want a little tutorial? I can arrange something for us to
I can navigate it.
write some little instruction with it, or want to play with it longer? It's up to you guys. I can just make it in a meeting that's set. We'll meet 45 minutes earlier next month and have Dan or someone give us a. It's up to you guys.
Probably wouldn't hurt.
Dan, if I may, is meeting at 6:30 on August 6th with the planning board to go over the new system. And I think, it wouldn't hurt, especially now that we have a new person on board, Matt, to have Dan just answer some questions by then. If you find after this next month, you don't have any questions, you don't have to have it. I mean, it's your call.
Okay, so we can just come to that. Sure.
And that'll be here.
So the OneDrive will actually go away,
Okay. So.
would be the expectation. So, cause you'll be able to access all of the files right through our software. So we can talk more
Yeah.
about coming in early to train for that. If you're available next meeting.
6th.
It's not our next planning board.
Do you want?
Your next meeting is August
I'm gonna
25th.
For the public notice.
What's that?
That we're gonna have a workshop. Is this considered a workshop?
This will be considered a workshop.
Right.
And you need to give public notice up. I mean, it's not a public hearing, so it doesn't have a 5 or 10 day period that you have to submit to the newspaper.
So what time are we planning to come in? Sir.
How long do you think it would take?
45 minutes enough to break, or you need more?
Dan is budgeting 30 minutes for the planning board.
I don't think it's probably gonna be enough, so.
You don't think 30 minutes is gonna be enough?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I tried the new program, it's complicated.
Are you talking like from your like as a planning board or?
So 6.
I tried like,
6
Six gives us 50 minutes.
I mean, we'll see how 30 minutes works, we may have to have another one down the road, I didn't know.
Yeah.
They can always piggyback on ours, I guess, if it doesn't work the first time.
No way.
So 6 seems to make sense,
I think 6 would give us some wiggle room.
6 work for you with the
For the next
25th?
meeting. But yeah.
Okay.
Well, all I can say is that this has been months in the making.
Yeah, I will also share with you though, we have a lot of applications for next meeting, so our zoning meeting is gonna go longer.
Couple months off, you're good.
Well,
You're gonna earn your big pay, you know, you.
Right.
You have a few months of not doing anything, you have a long meeting.
Yeah.
who doesn't do anything?
So I'm just.
Maybe you've got that, but they don't show up.
Yeah, I can let it know that. So you guys want to do it at 6 o'clock?
Yep.
6 o'clock, fine.
Yeah, Paula can talk to Dan and Dan may come back and say, yeah, no,
Right, and then you can adjust the,
yeah.
and then just send an email out and let us know.
Okay. In the meantime, if you have questions about OneDrive, don't hesitate to email me or anything like,
Oh,
Yeah.
OneDrive though, if it's going away?
right, I mean, in the meantime, between now and
Oh,
like for the
between now.
next meeting,
Okay.
don't hesitate, just shoot me an email and we'll work it out.
Didn't-
Cause you got in, right? No, okay.
Just because my email changed and didn't cross.
You changed your email.
I said, yeah, it's fine. Okay, Director of Development update.
Yeah, the planning board next time going to receive Adrian's application. They're going to receive and make a determination to accept that as well as the solar farm over there on Mount Payne. And I'm trying to recall off the top of my head, there's a couple of others, final site plan up there on between Ellsworth and Yellow Mills. What's the name? Turner. Is there, you remember anything else, Adrian?
That's it.
Yeah, solar is gonna be an interesting one for sure. Oh, the other thing the planning board's going to do is they're going to receive the revised design for the Farmington Meadows incentive zoning project over there on 332 and W. Previously, that was Whitestone. They came to the planning board. They came to the town board last meeting. Town board referred it to the planning board for review and recommendation. There's been some changes to the design. Some of the density has gone down. And another commercial site. If you listen to the messages that being made at the town board level, they seem to be a little more receptive to this than they were the previous. Hopefully, we can get through this and get onto that project over there as well. The thing you need to know is August 8th. No, 12th, August 12th. The Farmington Market Center is scheduled to come to the town board for starting the reapproval of the overall preliminary site plan and subdivision plan for the project there. There was a meeting here in this room of all of the landowners between Mertensia and 332 who agreed to come and meet. It was set up by two of the property owners over there. The town was just observing what went on. They met and they're gonna now take their recommendations and consider going back to the state to see if they can do something on the north side of 396 to maybe have a little offset intersection there to save that concrete building that someone now thinks they're going to be able to work with. So we'll see.
Someone
Really?
work with that building, say?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a twist.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Find that, yeah.
Oh, no, we're never getting home.
Well,
What's back in
There, yeah.
one of the property owners, who I won't name, made it very clear that he has no interest in relocating that signal. He had it on his property to begin with, and the neighbor wanted it on theirs, got the state to approve it. So built it. That was about the sum and substance of that application.
So instead of going right. I said, okay, I get it. So they're gonna just move it. To allow the old Griffith building to be resurrected.
If the state will agree to an offset.
Wouldn't make a good bank, you get hit with three.
Yeah, exactly. They would crash out on us.
I saw that excavator, I was really, I think it was finally coming down.
Just don't plant any vegetables.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, they might grow really big.
Yeah, they might. That's kind of it for me.
Okay. Paula,
Really, it was just that we continue to improve the process with the new software. And that we will be bringing additional staff on board as we can. Meeting you guys as part of that. And I think we're still looking for a clerk of the board.
we're not talking about that.
We skipped that part.
Sarah sugar face. Sarah couldn't get out and now you're stuck.
There is some new area applications for next.
Yes, we have several applications.
Ask
We're,
for
You say several, what do you mean?
at least 5.
Oh, really?
Whoa.
I only have one more, so.
Yeah, at least 5.
The bridge repair on 41, what's the latest? I keep getting asked by people. I keep forgetting to ask you.
Yeah, the bridge repair on 41
I know it's pending the road getting done, but
is being designed by Fisher Associates under a contract with the county and the state of New York. Once the it used to be called Wettenshire, thank you. Now it's some other. Oh God. Huh? No, it's a Lily. What's the name of that apartment complex over there?
Creekwood?
Creekwood. No.
picture, I'm trying to picture.
I'm glad I'm not having the only middle block. But
Right,
anyways,
right.
they're working on that remaining section to connect where the private drive ended for the apartments to the intersection of Running Brook and
Right.
Redford.
Yep.
Okay, that is supposed to be ready for dedication at the end of August, early September. Once that road gets dedicated, then they're gonna close off that bridge completely. But right now, we are having one-way traffic. People are still ignoring the one-way, especially some of these big trucks, like garbage trucks. And
That's what brought it. There's some people that whatever, and they were on their bikes with their family going out and a kid came around going in and almost took like So there's gonna be a discussion going on that nobody's enforcing the, which I know the sheriff does sit there, but.
We're in a lot of it.
Well, that's how it came up.
Unfortunately, people just. There are just distance between 2 points they're gonna take.
Great, well, yes, we'll have a meeting next month.
Yes.
Exciting.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll be back for a couple.
Right, so I would like to have a motion to adjourn
I'll motion to adjourn.
by Kelly, second by Matt. Favor?
Uh,
Aye. Meeting's adjourned.